the Broncos, in my opinion, are going to go 9-7. I love the direction that the Broncos are headed in. Their new head coach, Vic Fangio, is the former Bears defensive coordinator last year, and he's exactly what the Broncos need. I just think he's a great fit for their franchise. They have a really talented defensive line. They have Von Miller on one side of the defensive line, Bradley Chubb on the other. And, Vic Fangio is going to find a way to use those two defensive linemen and get the most out of them. The other thing I really, really like about the Broncos this year is their quarterback situation. They had Joe Flacco, who's 34 years old, and they have a young rookie quarterback, Drew Lock from Missouri, a second-round pick. And, there's just no hurry. They really are doing things the right way with their young quarterback. Joe Flacco is a former Super Bowl MVP. Admittedly, he's not been the same since he won that MVP. But because of Joe Flacco, there's no hurry, no rush for Drew Lock. He can take his time. He can sit. He can learn. And I think Joe Flacco is no slouch. He gives the Broncos their best chance to win right now. I'm really ecstatic with the way they're handling that young quarterback situation. Now, the thing I really also enjoy about the Broncos is that their offensive coordinator is a guy named Rich Gangarello, who's worked with Kyle Shanahan before as the quarterback coach in the 49ers organization. He's a great coach. I've heard a lot of good things about him. And I think he's going to do a lot of good for the Broncos offense in general. Now, one thing you got to pay attention to if you're going to talk about the Broncos is that in the first round of the NFL draft, they picked up Noah Fant, a tight end from Iowa at the 20th overall pick. I think a gigantic steal. Both the tight ends from Iowa are fantastic, and I think he's going to make a big impact next year for their team. Another thing they did is they brought over Mike Munchak, the offensive line coach from the Steelers. You never really see that. It's rare to see a lateral move happen where a coach will leave one team for the exact same position with another team. I don't know if something went wrong for the Steelers, but clearly Mike Munchak really wanted to be in Denver with the Broncos. That bodes well not just for the culture, but for their offensive line in general, because he's a really fantastic offensive line coach. I love what the Broncos are doing, every facet of it. Their coach is a brilliant defensive mind. They have a lot of talent on the offense. Cortland Sutton's a exciting rookie last year. He's going to probably have a better breakout year this year. Emmanuel Sanders, a receiver, will be back from an Achilles injury. And they have a good running back, Philip Lindsay. I just really like what they're doing all around the ball. They're building. I think they're going to go 9-7 this year. 9-7 is a good number for the Broncos. They're not going to make the playoffs, but they're going to have a lot of hope, and they're building towards the future. They have some tough games. They play the Broncos, the Colts, the Packers. But I do think that, the game I'm really excited to watch this year with the Broncos is the Browns and the Broncos. I believe the Broncos are going to put a bunch of pressure on Baker Mayfield, the Browns quarterback, and that's going to be really, really intriguing to watch as a football fan. Again, I think the Broncos are going to go 9-7. They're not going to make the playoffs, but they're going to have a hopeful year and do a lot of good stuff.